Hey guys, happy Friday. I know I didn't promise a certain time today, mainly because I had to do a bunch of meetings and I honestly didn't know when it would all end. But here we are. So I'm waiting for this to show that we are good and rolling. Aha, camera is rolling. So, good to see you guys. Hope you had a wonderful week. Welcome to 2021. It sure has been fun over here, and I already feel like the energy of 2021 is going to be hopefully better. So far, it has been here in the clinic as opposed to last year, right? So we are excited to share 2021 with you, even though obviously challenges still exist, but we are here to support you. And our biggest thing that we wanted to do today is answer a question that so many of my patients ask all the time. And I thought today, being that it was the new you, new year, we would answer that question. And so today's topic is going to be back to the basics. So I know we talk a lot about different things for different people, different ideas, different supplements, different vitamins, different topics. But what are the basics that kind of you should know and you should do for yourself, maybe every day to every month to every year? And so it was funny in thinking about what to talk about today. I would tell you that our back to the basics of what we do here at DS Family Medicine is probably one of the main things that separates us from other clinics, other primary care, and really just from other ways that people are doing medicine. And it's proved to be really good for our patients and more thorough. It is definitely individualized medicine driven by the patient and for the patient. And so we have continued to do our kind of back to the basics annual wellness in that way. And it really has served us and our patients well. And so I would just like to take the time today to share that with you and then give you a fun special, of course, at the end. So in general, obviously, there are different recommendations for everybody according to kind of algorithmic looks at all of the guidelines as far as cancer screenings and those things. And we can kind of look those up, and those are kind of typical. But what I was actually wanted to get more at is, what do you need? What should your annual wellness, preventative health laboratories include, and what do we do most commonly here as opposed to other screening programs in general? And so I would tell you that when I think, okay, how can I most thoroughly evaluate this patient of where they are metabolically with laboratories and blood work, it would be not only getting the typical blood count, liver function, kidney function, cholesterol screen, and maybe a thyroid screen, but I do think that it behooves you to check other things. Nothing crazy, but definitely more comprehensive to really do a better preventative wellness assessment to where you can optimize your health, optimize your overall aging process, and kind of work with things that you're given, and moreover, catch things before they really become an issue. And I feel like that's what we strive to do here. And by doing our a little bit more comprehensive look metabolically at you through a basic laboratory panel, we've really been able to do that, I feel like, on the next level for our patients. And that's why that's what they come here and wanting. And so it's a good thing. And so I would tell you that in addition to those things that I just said, I always feel like metabolically looking at someone includes looking at comprehensively your endocrine system. And so that is a full thyroid panel with antibodies, as we have discussed before. That is some vitamin levels, nothing crazy, but a vitamin D, an iron, a ferritin to check for underlying anemias, or even, we even know ferritins less than 70 can cause all kinds of things, sleep issues, hair issues. So that's not necessarily going to come up as abnormal on a lab, but we absolutely know research shows that those things are related to certain, maybe little things, your hair, your sleep. I would argue those are big things. And over the course of time, that can turn into other problems, right? I mean, hypertension, all kinds of other stuff. So an iron, a ferritin, a B12 and a folate. I mean, these are basic foundational vitamin levels that kind of make your body go round, right? And so that is always good to know and optimize. And then when I also talk about hormones, I mean not only sex hormones, but adrenals as well, which we have had a ton of talks about that. So to me, your overall very preventative but comprehensive, individualized driven preventative healthcare screening with regard to laboratories would be your blood count, cholesterol, liver function, kidney function, just like usual. I do like to get some screening for markers of inflammation just to check the inflammation in your body. We know that's a big thing, especially over here in Louisiana. A full thyroid, the vitamin levels that I said, and then a full hormone and adrenal panel. Again, it's not getting all kinds of stuff and really trying to dig the hole, right? But it is much more comprehensively looking at things that could easily start to go off and create imbalances in you and really keep you from optimizing your overall health. And so we do that, and we do that on young patients all the time. Even, teenagers with abnormal cycles, or the one that comes to mind from last week was, the senior in high school, young man who was taking AP classes in high school and really tired. And, I think it behooves us to get some laboratories on those patients and see, can we balance some things out for them? Not just throw someone on a pill or say, oh, well, maybe you're doing too much, and really checking metabolically to optimize what's going on, kind of off the cuff. And so we love doing that here. It definitely allows us to look in detail at everything that's possibly going on with a patient. And I'll tell you, I didn't even share this with her, but all of you know Dr. Fussell, who has started working with me and partnering here for over the past 6 months now. And she said something that really just kind of hit home with me the other day. And she said, I was talking about a patient. I came out of a patient's room and I said, this poor patient has been told that all of her symptoms were, not validated pretty much, and that none of the screening labs that were appropriate for what she complained about showed that anything was wrong. And the patient felt like her hormones were off and felt like her thyroid might be off, and was having a lot of just very non-specific but kind of conglomerate of symptoms that we know can definitely be due to that endocrine system just going wacky for a minute. And the screenings that were done did show low ferritin of 13. She had a low testosterone that no one had addressed, that she had actually gotten her labs back and looked up and said, maybe my symptoms are from this. And her hair loss was significant, probably with regard to both of those. And her thyroid looked very sluggish, but no one had gotten the secondary panel. And so the person who she had seen, told her, oh, well, all the workup's normal, so we don't know what's wrong. Or, maybe you're just stressed out. And that can be very frustrating for the patients, knowing themselves that they feel like they know their bodies and something's just not right. And then she did her own research and felt like, well, it really wasn't comprehensive in the way that they checked. And so when I talked to Dr. Fussell about this, I said, it's a shame. I hate that a patient can have a negative experience just because they felt that their symptoms or their concerns weren't validated. And that's, disheartening. But I think it is a problem with some of the way in which we do medicine in this day and age. And so we love to do it different. And Dr. Fussell said to me, she said, one of the most incredible things about working here for the past 6 months is that I can't even say that I know of a patient who we looked at and said, we absolutely don't know what's wrong with you. She felt like one way or the other, we could come up with an answer for what the patient was experiencing and or get them to the doctor who could help them. And so I think she thought that was a little thing to say, but it was a huge thing for me because to see it from her eyes as a new doctor and to appreciate it in that way made me feel like, man, that's awesome that she already appreciates that, and it makes her life as a doctor and practicing medicine and seeing our patients here better and more rewarding, and feel like you're really serving your patients because you can give them answers and validate their concerns. And it's not usually anything that's horrible, but it's things that can be easily addressed with changes in diet, supplements, vitamins, or if you're going to use a medicine, know why, right? And it really has, I think, lifted her spirits with regard to what she's able to do for her patients above and beyond maybe anything that was learned in basic residency training or medical school. And so that's kind of the culture we have here, and I love that. I think that I am blessed to be surrounded by these women who appreciate those things just as much as I do, and even help me to appreciate it more. So anyway, that is our Back to the Basics annual labs that we suggest for pretty much anybody really wanting to stay one foot in front of things and be as healthy as they can. And then our Back to the Basics supplements that we love and that I take and do myself every day would be this little special that we're gonna run for next week, which is our 2021 Back to the Basics special. And so if it's 5 different supplements, and these are kind of our foundation that we feel like pretty much anybody can usually benefit from. So of course, the first one is our DS Therapeutics protein shakes, which we drink at our house every day. Everybody from me to the hubby to the 4 boys. It's whey protein concentrate, which we love, and it has a full multivitamin in it. So it's good when you're in a rush. It's good for if you're trying to do meal replacement as far as a weight loss program, and it's yummy. And so we love it. My favorite recipe is to mix the vanilla with some chai tea latte, a half a banana, and a little bit of honey. And I actually put heavy cream in mine if I'm not having a breakfast. So, because I like mine creamy. My husband and we all kind of like our different things, but he likes it to be kind of like a milk, like actual milk runny. I like mine creamy. I could eat it with a spoon. Anyway, so you can do whatever you want with that. It's really yummy. You can do it 10 million different ways. So we love that as a basic foundation to be able to getting enough protein in. So as you work out, exercise, or even just go through your day, you're kind of setting that insulin and cortisol on the right level off the cuff in the morning. And so you're just gonna stabilize your overall neuroendocrine system all day when you're doing that, instead of just running out the door or worse, running out the door with coffee and sugar, right? And so that is our shake. Our next is our Carb Crave Control. This is our all natural fat burner and natural herbal supplement that helps you not to crave those carbs, which we talk about all the time, but I know that we might need this more than ever with all the stress that's around us. So that's our other one. Our, of course, my 2 favorite supplements that I do think mostly anybody can take is our vitamin C. We think that's more important now than ever. So I do at least one of these a day. If I start feeling icky, then I'll do up to 3 a day. And this one, we love it because it also has the quercetin in it and everything else that you need. And then this is our Mag Body Balance. So I love magnesium, and actually what I do is at night, I do, and if you're a patient here, you've probably gotten told this, I do 2 of our omegas, which is my absolute favorite all time. So I do 2 of these. There's nothing better on the market in my opinion. I stand firm by that. These are my favorite. And then 2 of these at night. And I feel like that helps stress, restorative sleep, overall vascular function, so many things. I am a migraine headacher, and so huge difference in headaches from just getting on a good, stable regimen of that. So those 5 things are our Back to the Basics 2021 special. And so for next week, for 1 week only, that is usually right under $200, but for next week, we are gonna do that for $150 for all 5 of those. And so that's in-store only. We're not gonna do that on dstherapeutics.com, but more of that to come. And thank you for all of us who visited the website. We are loving being able to grow that and have people order. We've actually had people order from all over the country, so it's super cool to see and fun, and we can plan on continuing to grow that. But our special for next week is going to be in-store only, so you can come over here, you can ask for your Back to the Basics special and get our 5 things for $150. So I hope that was a quick little rendition of kind of just basic things to hit off our new year and hit off kind of when you're thinking about yearly what you need to do and what kind of metabolic labs you should get. That's my advice there, the ones we talked about earlier. And then if you're also just wondering, what's just a good foundational regimen that I can do that's, going to optimize my overall function and health, then that would be our magnesium, vitamin C, omega, carb crave control, and a protein shake. So a lot of you ask me for those things all the time, and I feel like I love to say, well, it depends, and everybody's different, and we really like to customize kind of a regimen specifically for you. But I thought to kick off the new year, I would share with you what I personally think that most of our patients could absolutely benefit from on a daily basis, and absolutely from a yearly standpoint for your annual labs. So I hope you found that helpful, and I hope that you've had a wonderful first week to 2021. I'm sure that there's some challenges out there, and there are more to come, but we are here to support you and try to continue to grow the beautiful type of medicine that we feel strongly about here and love to give and serve our patients with. So talk to you, see you all soon, love you, and we be looking for posts for more upcoming stuff with our Sophrosity Me blessing. We are going to have a lot of stuff to show for that. We've had such wonderful feedback. It was truly such an incredible experience over Christmas to do all of that. So more of that to come as well. And thank you for all of the wonderful feedback. Again, nominations and everything that we got. It's been ironically a wonderful holiday season for us over here at Diaz Family Medicine, and we hope that we can make yours that much better in the year to come. Okay, bye. Happy weekend.